Hello, Stephanie Zima here, My Way of Life Coaching. And today we're going to be talking about the 3 habits every consistent earner has to build. If you're new to me, do not go anywhere because I'm here to get you unstuck if you are an online entrepreneur and you would like to get some consistent income. All right, let's get into it, okay? Because we don't build a consistent income from nothing. We do not build a consistent income because we are just so amazing, right? I mean, that's what your mother maybe have told you. Maybe that's what your upline is telling you. Maybe that is, what somebody that profits off of you is going to tell you. But then the reality hits and you are hustling, and you're trying to do the things and you're just not having any money. You're not making any income, and you start waking up to the brutal honesty of not having the skills that it actually takes for you to succeed in this online world these days, right? Because there is a lot to it, and there can be a lot to it depending on what your upbringing is, depending on how you have experienced the world. You may have an easier time to succeed, or you have a harder time to succeed. If you are somebody like me with some abandonment wounds, some fears, some insecurities, some people pleasing, some maybe slight ADHD skills or traits, or however you want to call it, that is sometimes to your advantage, but also sometimes not so much. Or if you are as simple as, a stay-at-home mom with like trying to keep 3 toddlers alive while you are desperately trying to make some extra money, and organization may not be your strong suit at this time. It can be really hard to succeed if you don't know what you're doing. So here I am helping you because I've been through all of that, and I tenaciously made myself get through this. So now I want to help you. I want to help you go faster. And here are the 3 habits that we need to have in order to build a successful business on a regular basis. Okay. So, first of all, every business or every habit that you're going to have needs to be daily. Now, when you think about your business, are you reaching out daily? Are you posting daily? Are you posting daily in your stories? Are you posting daily on your wall? Are you talking to people daily? Are you creating a culture in your community, in your customer list? Are you creating a culture? This is so hard. I'm telling you, it is not as easy as they're making it sound like, especially not when your life is a disaster. And I'm not saying a disaster in a mean way. I'm here to tell you the truth because, I am so sick and tired of all these people telling us that it's supposed to be easy. It is not easy, okay? When you are let's talk to the network marketers, okay? Let's talk to the network marketers for a second. Most network marketers start because they want to make an extra $500 a month. And they're usually starting because network marketing is a low income kind of entry point. You don't have to have a lot of money in order to get started. You don't have to, know a lot of skills. Like it's a really good jumping board to be able to acquire some money. Okay, that's at least what they're telling you. And then you get started, and then you are stuck because you talk to everyone that you knew about the products that you love so much, and every one of them said either, okay, I'll buy once, or no. And then the next step is, now you have no more people. Now you don't know how to talk to people. Now you don't know how to ask people what you want them to do. You don't even know what you want them to do, really. I mean, it's none of that is clear because you don't have any training in a sales business, okay? And here's the fact though. Yes, your upline might say, reach out to 5 people. But when you look at your desk is a mess, your home is a mess. And like I said, I'm saying that with all the love in my heart, but you're trying to keep humans alive, right? They're coming from school, they are this and that. I've been trying to explain this situation to my husband, my ex-husband, um, for the longest time. Trying to explain the mental mindset a mother is going through when you are at home is one thing. Trying to explain a working mother plus a mother with kids in sports and so on and so forth, and then trying to have a clear mindset on all the nitty gritty little things that you need to do in order to build a business in the cold market. That is flippin' tough. Okay? That is flippin' tough. And it's tough because our bodies are so inundated with all kinds of triggers coming at it, all kinds of different personality, like, and I truly believe that is the reason why so many people are shutting down. That is the reason why so many people are not continuing with their business. That is why so many people are just quitting this and saying it's not for me. But it is not for you. It is for you. Okay, it is for you, and it is a great solution for you. What you are lacking is the habits that need to be happening for you to actually succeed. Okay, and I'm just going to share with you exactly what I did. So we need to go through daily connections. We need to form weekly habits. We need to have a follow-up system. We need to have a nervous system balance with executing, and we need to integrate the heal, connect, and level up framework. That is basically what is going to get you out, because I was you. I was somebody that had 3 little kids, and I was trying to keep everybody alive, and everyone had different needs, and I was still kind of, I feel postpartum maybe. I had hormones happening, my body, this and this. My mother died. Then my daughter had cancer. Then there was like that life, you guys know it. Life is happening, right? A lot of things are happening. But in the midst of everything, because I am still so stubborn, I've learned and pulled, and I constantly did this. However, it was still hard. Now, I'm going to teach you exactly the framework, what you need to do in order to get out, okay, on the other side. So bear with me here for a minute. What you need to do first is you need to fix your environment. You need to fix your environment. You need to be cleaned up with your home. You need to have your desk and your workspace organized. You have to have your computer functional. So that means when you're creating graphics of pictures on your phone, they need to be talking to your computer somehow, okay? You need to have the basic of how do I get content out? How do I prepare content? Where do I store that? All of that stuff has to be organized so that you can very easily, so in systems, so you can very easily grab this piece of content that you did, or this lead that you acquired, or whatever, because you're going to be on the go. You need to have a way to organize that information and that data so that you can use it in your nooks and crannies of the day. And that is what took me probably the longest, to find a system that was working for me, that I could create content and still sometimes create a little bit and then be occupied with my kids again, and then create a little bit again and then be occupied with my kids, because that's our life, right? We have to learn how to be like water and be fluent going through the streams here of life, okay? Because that is the reality of a working mom, right? We have to be somehow flexible to respond and still be creative and still have an output. So once you are organized with your environment, that is number one habit, okay? You have to be organized. You have to discipline yourself to stick with, I'm going to put my content in here. I'm going to prepare it at this date. I'm going to have my desk organized this way. And then you got to make yourself do it all the time. That is number one. Number two is you have to review weekly. What do I need to keep doing next week? What do I need to stop doing next week? What do I need to implement next week? What worked this week? What didn't work this week? And what do I need to change so that next week might be better? So you have to have a weekly review. And then the third step, really, really, really important, the third step, is you need to have a really good follow-up system. I cannot tell you how many leads I lost because of the inability to start a person and make them go through this process, this funnel basically, make them go through all the way until the end, until I had qualified them as a yes, no, or maybe later. Okay. And that is because my brain was distracted with child number one, child number two, child number three, husband here, dog over here, doorbell ringing here, groceries are here. Did I forget to buy this? There is so much data that comes into our brain on a consistent basis that if you do not have boundaries around your schedule, your time, your energy, when are you good? When are you able to do creative work? What time of the day? Are you a night person? Are you a morning person? What drains your energy? What fuels your energy? What is something that you can do every single day? What is a minimum amount that you can do every single day? What is your normal day going to look like? What is a blitz day going to look like someday when you have really a lot of time? And that structure, you guys, that structure, that is where it's at. Okay, that is what we are developing in the Heal and the Connect and the Level Up framework of my mentorship. We are basically starting with the Maslow hierarchy of needs, where your physiological needs need to be handled. See, your nervous system regulation needs to come first. If you cannot learn any business, you cannot learn any systems, you cannot learn any habits, none of that you can learn if your body is on fight, flight, or freeze mode. If you don't know your triggers, if you are not aware of what sets you up, if you don't know how to regulate and protect your energy, you cannot get started. You can learn all these things, but you will never apply them. And that is exactly where most people are stuck. You do not know your old triggers because most mentors do not want to roll around in the trenches with you. They don't want to roll around in your feelings and your emotions. They want to teach you a skill. Okay, that's why I'm different than most mentors. I'm the one who loves talking to you about your emotions. I love talking in the shadows. I love looking and pulling out what is going on in there, what is really holding you back, because that is what I'm passionate about. Okay, that is what I'm passionate about. So, what is in the trenches is really important. The heal portion. Is it a wounded inner child? Is it distraction? Is it hormonal imbalances? What is going on for you that is keeping you from having a good, solid physical foundation? Secondly, is the mindset, the safety needs. Where are you at? Is your relationship okay? Are you financially okay? Do we need to take a look at your finances just a little bit and tweak something? And don't think that this mentorship is only about business growth. This is about personal growth as well. This is where I help you basically transform your entire life if you let it. It's up to you what you want to bring up to coaching. It's up to you if you want to talk to me about your personal finances. You can have the one-on-one coaching where we can go through your bank statements and see where are you messing up with your money, where are you spending stuff on frivolous things, where are you having extra subscriptions, because here's the thing, you think you don't have money, but you actually do. You probably spend so much money on unnecessary, unknown things just because the pain of looking at your bank account, the pain of getting this mess organized that you've got going on is too big. Okay? It's too big. It's because you alone feel shame over that. And that is what it is. I tell you, I know exactly I'm right because that is what I was too. I felt shame over the fact that I had not been able to keep track of everything in my early times when the kids were little and when I was a stay-at-home mom. And I felt also like I wasn't contributing enough, and I just felt like this little, right? I didn't feel like I was powerful enough to be this businesswoman. I didn't feel like I was worthy enough of having and receiving money because I was just a stay-at-home mom, right? I mean, that was the identity that I had adapted for myself. See, in all of these little things, they're not little, they play into how you show up in your business. They play a role in how you believe you should operate. Okay. And that is your physiological needs, your safety needs. Those need to be handled. Then the next step would be in the healing portion is your love and belonging, right? Are you having a family that loves and belongs you? If you belong to. Some people don't. Okay, I didn't. I didn't have people that supported me. I'd never had anybody that believed in me and said, you can do this. I had to be the one person for myself that said, you know what? I do believe this. I do believe this is happening. I can do this. And again, that is why I'm so passionate high-fiving you, like my logo says, right? With the circle, the support circle, building the support circle of people high-fiving each other is because that is the case. Many of you are in this pain. You're stuck in this pain of not having enough money, not having resources to get out, not having, like, you want it so bad, but you cannot make it happen because you're stuck there with no support, right? Support is something that really is needed. Support that you can ask, hey, am I doing this right? Should I be doing it this way? What am I, like, somebody you can bounce the ideas off of. I'm somebody that processes thoughts, that processes information while I talk, right? And, when you don't have anybody to talk to, how are you going to do that? So that's really, really important. And then after that, physiological safety and esteem needs. After that, love and belonging. After that comes the esteem. That's when the confidence comes. See, sometimes we want to start the horse with already the bridle on the tail or whatever, from the back, right? We're going to bridle the horse from the back. No, you cannot start with self-confidence. You've got to start with your environment. You got to start with, where's my mess? Where are my shadows? What is preventing me from being the best self as, and who do I even want to be? What is the best self going to look like? See, so many of you, you are starting this and you don't even know what you're building. You don't even know, what do I even want to do here? Who am I and what do I have to bring to the table? And that is why you're stuck, because your nervous system is going to say, stop it. You are nowhere ready to do this. Who do you think you are? See, that imposter syndrome, that dreaded imposter syndrome comes out here at all times and says, hey, you are nothing. Why do you even attempt to do your reach outs? Why do you attempt to do your reviews? Why do you attempt to even follow up with anybody? Who are you even? Okay, that is what your nervous system is saying. So here you need to understand that you need to tell your nervous system, listen, stop messing with me because I have it in order. I know what I am supposed to be doing. I am good enough to do this, and this is what I bring to the table. And that's when your self-esteem is going to come. And then from that point on, you can really drive your mission and your vision and your values, and you can talk and you can present and you can go after it. All right. I hope this was helpful, my friends. Drop me a note in the comments if you watch this on a replay. Let me know what your takeaways were. If you have any questions, feel free to DM me, have a conversation with me. And again, if you need and want help, the Freedom Mentorship is open for enrollment right now. We are starting over with the Heal, Connect, and Level Up framework, second quarter of 2026. Can you believe it? It's already almost over again. Okay, so do not delay. Get into this mentorship because it is what you need. It is exactly what you have been looking for. Okay, and it's affordable too. So see you then.